Once a year, the best come together to compete for another shot at glory. It takes intensity, focus, and years of dedication just to get to this one moment.
Hey, we got next.
And so do we. Hoopfest 2012. 3,000 volunteers, over 7,000 teams, 14,000 games covering 42 city blocks, over 8 miles of sports court tape, and countless hours of preparation have all led up to this. Champions will be crowned at Nike Center Court in the biggest 3-on-3 tournament the planet has ever seen. This is KXLY4's live coverage of the Hoopfest Championship Games. Here are your hosts for tonight's games, Mike Gonzalez and Nadine Woodward.
Well, good evening and happy Hoopfest Sunday. We are excited to bring you exclusive coverage of the very best of Hoopfest. That is the champion and the Hoopfest title. This is exciting stuff.
I know, and it's such great competition. Guys like Josh Heitfeld, former Gonzaga star in it, and along with several others. So glad that you're with us. We are at Nike Center Court. This is where the action is. We've got the 6-foot and under division championship coming up, and then the big guys, the 6-foot and over.
And if you want to see the best of Hoopfest, the weekend is almost in the books now. The weekend started early Saturday with more than 7,000 teams on 456 courts, teams of all ages and all skill levels. And those teams included these incredible kids from St. Luke's. They were showing off their skills in the wheelchair division. These kids prove that win or lose, you are a champion for just signing up, attending, and competing.
You really are.
But I'll tell you, a lot of people were wondering about the weather because we know that some systems were moving through, and we didn't know if that was going to mess things up for Hoopfest. But boy, I tell you, it turned out really nice.
I tell you, the cloud cover, Chris, it's actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise, really.
I have no control over Hoopfest weather, but if I did, I would make it just like this. The temperature really couldn't be more pleasant. Temperatures topped out at 78 out at the airport. We've been in and out of the clouds here today, and that has really kept the temperature down on Nike Center Court, which I think can possibly be one of the hottest places in the Inland Northwest on Hoopfest Sunday. And there's even a nice breeze to help cool down competitors. But the main thing is we avoided the thunderstorms, which is quite a surprise. They were all around us. We did have a passing shower earlier this afternoon and another one in the morning, but for the most part we have been dry here at Hoopfest, other than a few sprinkles, while the showers and thunderstorms concentrated in the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho, and we still have those at this hour, but they will be tapering off rapidly, and then we will stay dry across the Inland Northwest until we're into Monday night and Tuesday morning. And so all smiles here from the Hoopfest officials as this final game is going to go off without any problems with the weather.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. And we got a great crowd out here. It's always awesome to be at Nike Center Court, and that's why we're here. We're here for the championship games of the elite division. You
bet. These guys have been hustling all weekend long, working very, very hard to make it to this point at Center Court. And we have some names that you'll probably, they're familiar to you.
Oh, no doubt. Let's check in with KXLY4's Ben Kaplan, who's at Center Court. Ben?
Yeah, we've seen some really great action at Nike Center Court throughout the day today. I'm joined by former Eastern Washington men's basketball coach Kirk Earlywine, who tomorrow will become an assistant basketball coach at Idaho. He knows talent. We've seen some good stuff, and we plan to see another great game tonight in the 6-foot and under championship game. We've seen a lot of the bigger guys on Nike Center Court so far today, but Desert Horse Elite, last year's runner-up, will play Strokesville. 3 guys together from Spokane, including Eric Beal, who played collegiately at Whitworth. We know that if you have the experience of playing in the championship game, that can do nothing but help you in a situation like this.
Well, Desert Horse is certainly hoping so, helping to get a little bit of revenge from last year, losing in the championship game, and I'm really looking forward to this. It's a little bit purer basketball. Sometimes in the open division, the bigger guys, it turns into a wrestling match. The 6-foot and under, I think we'll see very crisp, clean, pure basketball.
And what you get to see, I guess, are point guards and what they play in the 5-on-5 game, able to really get in the post and bang around inside. We're going to see some good physical basketball for sure coming up in just a bit as Desert Horse Elite, last year's runner-up, will play Strokesville. Tip-off time, 5:37. We're getting close, Mike and Nadine.
Very close. You know, the champions come to play in Hoopfest.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But they also, some of them come to watch and judge.
Oh, no doubt. And we've got a familiar face that's in the crowd with our Tom Giles, the newest Laker. This is super exciting, Tom.
That is absolutely Robert Sacre, the new Los Angeles Laker. First of all, where were you when you found out the news on Thursday night that you had gotten drafted by the Lakers?
I was just in the kitchen of my grandparents' house with a bunch of my family, and we got the name called, and it was a big yell and big hoot hoot.
And you're playing for the Lakers, obviously a storied franchise. We heard you say it before, but how cool is it to play for a team like that?
It's special, you know. You don't get a lot of opportunities like this, and to have a chance to play with one of the greatest players of all time is an honor. But one thing leads to another. I just have to get on that team, and then we'll go from there.
All right, what's up next for you? Obviously, you know, you got rookie camp coming up at practice. So what's up next for you?
Summer League. I gotta get ready for Summer League. I'm gonna be working out down here for a little while right before I go down to LA, meet with the team, and then we'll go from there.
All right, man, who do you have in this 6-0 championship game? It seemed like you had a little bit of vested interest there with Douglas Properties. Is that who you're going for the finals?
No question. You know, those are my former teammates, and I'm going to root them on no matter what. And I always love my Zags.
All right, man. Robert Sacre, thank you so much, dude. Good luck with the Lakers. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Tom, thanks so much. Super exciting that he's going to the Lakers, so congratulations to him. Well, enough of all this chatter. It's time for game time.
Let's get to it, man. Right after the break, the elite teams battle it out for the Hoopfest 2012 title. First up, though, the 6' and under teams hit the court. Our Ben Kaplan and Kirk Earlywine have the call right after this timeout.
Is it that big of a shock that pizza from a cardboard box actually tastes like cardboard? Papa Murphy's takes the freshest ingredients to create something unique, like the all-new Thai Chicken Delight on a cracker-thin crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's. Join the take and bake revolution.
Trust KXLY for breaking news.
Just learned that 2 Spokane deputies have been shot on the Newport Highway.
When every second counts.
It started as a routine traffic stop.
He was very desperate. He was very dangerous.
Several witnesses say they also saw the suspect holding a gun.
I just told my staff, run.
When your safety is on the line.
And this is the scenario that we're trained for to handle and to protect the public.
KXLY 4 HD News, your trusted choice.
It's more than a celebration. It's a most spectacular offer.
Pay 0% interest until 2016 and get free same-day delivery.
It's our 4th of July celebration at More Furniture for Less.
Get even more savings with free sales tax. That's right, we'll pay your sales tax.
It's big. It's our 4th of July celebration, holiday Monday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. at More Furniture for Less.
How do you know it's summertime? Well, I'm flipping burgers and talking about the Ford Summer Sales event.
Oh, wow.
This would definitely be the car I would want to get.
Like the Fusion?
We love the Fusion.
Mileage matters?
Absolutely.
Up to 33 miles per gallon. The sync system. You can take all the music and put it into the hard drive.
You just got a glimpse at some 21st century technology and he's flipping out.
Don't miss the Ford Summer Sales event. Lease a Ford Fusion for just $179 a month. That's $179 a month on Ford Fusion. It's the Ford Summer Sales event. On now at your local Ford store.
Is it that big of a shock that pizza from a cardboard box actually tastes like cardboard? Papa Murphy's takes the freshest ingredients to create something unique, like the all-new Thai Chicken Delight on a cracker-thin crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's. Join the take and bake revolution.
And welcome back to Nike Center Court. It's the 2012 Hoopfest 6' and under men's championship game in the Elite Division. Desert Horse Elite, the home team, runners-up last year wearing your, I guess we could say, Montana Grizzlies colors is what I was told, kind of the maroon and gold. And you've got Strokesville from here in Spokane, 3 members of which are from Spokane, the other from Pasco in your black jerseys. They are the visitors. I am joined now with Coach Earlywine, and I'll tell you right there, the former Whitworth star Eric Beal gets his team on the scoreboard with a pretty play.
Yeah, terrific back cut to a basket there, and the pass was right on target, right on time. for an easy basket to get started.
Strokesville takes the 1-0 lead, but Preston Wynn played at the Falls. He's from Welpinit, and showing off some of his game right there, able to convert with the soft touch close to the 10.
I was able to do a number of the Spokane Community College games last year, and Preston Wynn is a terrific scorer. He can really shoot the ball, and he's a high level athlete.
Yeah, he's a high flyer. We did a story on him earlier when Wynn Sanity was taking over. That's a nice take right there by John Clift. Unable to finish, though, and Beal's got the ball guarded by Wynn. Wynn had games of 30 and 40 points this year at the Falls, able to score and really gifted, of course, from beyond the arc, but as well as able to finish very close to the rim. He can throw that ball down.
Yeah, like I said, he is a high-level athlete. He can score it every way you want. He can score it outside the arc. He can score it to a middle game, to a pull-up, and he can also get to the rim and score as well.
Eric Beal with the free throw there for Strokesville makes it a 2-1 game, and he's also a very talented player. He started at the Falls, but we got to see his skill on display at Whitworth. Made a tournament run with the Pirates.
Yeah, he's a terrific player. I saw him a number of times when I was at Eastern. I saw him play a number of times at Spokane Community College, and Preston Wynn can really score the ball, but so can Eric Beal.
Yeah, and J.R. Camel has been able to score. Montana Grizzly. He's actually the uncle of Zach Camel, who's also on the floor. Desert Horse Elite had 4 players. One did not make the height requirement, though, as Beal tries to take it hard to the hole and gets stripped, loses the ball. And that's Alex to Preston. Preston working on Beal. Will step back, some nice defense by Beal. J.R. Camel gets Chris Gross in the air and gets stripped underneath the hoop. Camel again back with it. He'll kick out to Wynn, who comes up short from the corner, but gets his own rebound and gets the next one and is able to put it back for the 3-2 lead for Desert Horse Elite. And an athlete like that, you can't give him too many chances around, otherwise he's really going to make you pay.
Yeah, he missed that long jump shot, and his defender, I think, slipped and fell. It was hard for us to see from where we are, but I think his defender slipped and fell, and that allowed Preston Wynn to get the offensive rebound and put back.
That's Chris Gross, who was fouled. It was on the drive, looked like before the ball left his hands, but he's at the free throw line, and we'll get a chance to even this game at 3. And Kirk, we've talked so much on our broadcast up to this point about the importance of free throws. And you would think lots of these guys in the college game or in the high school game, wherever they've played last, some professional at this height, at that level, are pretty good shooters, and therefore we should see some pretty high free throw percentages in this contest.
Yeah, no question. I think every guy on the floor right now, all 6 of the players are very good shooters, and the ability to get to the free throw line is critical in any basketball game, but here in Hoopfest, I think even more so.
And Preston Wynn makes Coach and I look smart by getting the roll. The shooter's bounced on that free throw attempt to give Desert Horse Elite the 4-3 lead in the 6-foot and under Elite Division Championship game. That's Chris Gross working on Zach Camel.
Yeah, you can see the floor space there because everybody on the floor can shoot. So you get good spacing and it creates driving lanes. I think probably what this game will come down to, the winner's going to be the team that can guard their own the best. If you can guard your guy individually, that's the team that's going to win.
Lots of quickness on display. J.R. Camel showed off some of that to get the first look, was able to collect the rebound and able to put the ball in the nylon to give Desert Horse Elite a 5-4 lead. What you're seeing right now is a lot of athletic skill on display, lots of quickness. We'll see a bit different ball game later on this evening in the 6-foot and over championship. That was John Cliff with the miss. Eric Beal able to gather in the loose ball. He's working on Preston Wynn. Hands off to Chris Gross.
I think you can see him spacing the floor here and trying to create driving lanes. You're not going to see in the 6-foot and under, you're not going to see very many screens because it's all equal size. They're just going to switch any screen. So you won't see much of that. You're just going to see spacing and driving, draw and kick.
Cliff misses on the two-point try. J.R. Campbell with the rebound and inside to Preston Wynn working on Eric Beal. He misses the shot. John Cliff comes up with the rebound. He'll clear. 5'4" Desert Horse Elite. Last year's runners-up in this division.
That's exactly what we were talking about there. Space the floor, drive, draw a help defender, and kick it. You're almost better off when you have guys out who can shoot the way these guys can. You're better off almost not to help and to force the guy that's driving, to score it himself.
Chris Gross will go to the free throw line. His team trailing 5-4 early in this game. Able to even the score. Showing off the touch, nothing but net, and he'll get another one. No, he won't. He tried to get another one, and if it was me in charge, I guess I would have felt for that because he was very convincing going back to the charity stripe, but he gets just one. Ties the game up at 5. Preston Wynn to J.R. Campbell. Guarded closely.
Tough break there for Desert Horse. Got a really good look at the basket. Preston Wynn can just get himself on balance down there and elevate and go right up over his defender pretty much anytime he wants.
That's Chris Gross working on Zach Campbell, and well, he gets the shot off and will head to the free throw line. It's 5-5 right now. Desert Horse Elite trying to avenge last year's championship game loss. They had 4 players coming into the title game, or excuse me, into Hoopfest, but lost one of those players who measured over 6 feet. So they do, I guess, take that into consideration here. 6'1" won't get the job done in 6 feet and under.
Yeah, and I don't know if they measure every player before they start, or if there's a dispute, if they feel like somebody that comes into question, then they measure them. But you see a bad mistake that time defensively to foul that three-point shooter there, Dustin Beach. Committing a foul on he's got him taking a tough shot. Campbell's taking a tough shot. No need to foul him.
He gets 2 free throws because that one was from beyond the arc. He'll step up to the line after missing the first one and is good on the second. Ties the game at 6.
One of these teams going to capture their first Hoopfest championship.
Dustin Beach at the top of the key for Strokesville, guarded by J.R. Campbell. His nephew Zach switched over to Chris Gross. Ball now to Eric Beal. Working on J.R. Campbell. Gets through, loses the ball though. Preston Wynn picks it up, out to J.R. Campbell who clears. And he finds Preston Wynn down low, but Eric Beal, the nice defense, at least forces a jump ball.
Yeah, good defense that time. Eric Beal, slipped and fell on his drive and lost the ball, and but didn't stay down on the ground and pout. He got up and played, and terrific help defense there. Was able to tie up Preston Wynn for a jump ball.
We're tied at 6. Preston Wynn fades away, in and out on that jump shot.
Preston has a tendency to
and we've seen that lots with Eric Beal able to do that at Whitworth. He gets the points. Preston wins. Okay. We need to head to break. Make sure to stay with us at 2012 6 foot and under Elite Division Championship from Nike Center Court.
You're watching KXLY4's official Hoopfest coverage, brought to you by Toyota. We'll be right back.
The 9th Annual Pondere Valley Lavender Festival is July 7th and 8th at City Park in Newport. 2 days of shopping, music, food, and fun. Culinary delights, wine, a beer garden, and great live music by regional musicians. This juried show features more than 75 booths of high-quality artisans and growers, all in a lovely, relaxed park setting. Lavender and other fun demonstrations, children's activities, and shop the festival store. The Saturday evening gala concert event features singer-musician Pamela Benton. The 9th Annual Pondere Valley Lavender Festival is July 7th and 8th at City Park in Newport.
Want to see something hot? I mean really hot? Of course, we're talking about the special Hoopfest Edition 2012 Camry SE. Fully loaded with 18-inch alloy wheels, sunroof, and Toyota's Entune multimedia system.
And you could win it during the Toyota Shoot-Off at Hoopfest.
Plus, you can meet us and our other Seagal friends.
It's all part of the hottest basketball weekend on earth, Hoopfest, featuring the Toyota Shoot-Off.
See you there.
Next week on Good Morning Northwest HD, we get you ready for the summer's biggest holiday, the 4th of July. Plus, the man who molested a 5-year-old girl at Northtown will appear in court.
Also, who wins the Toyota Shoot-Off? How's the forecast going to be? It's all 5 a.m. Monday morning.
It's time to go forth and save during Furniture Row's 4th of July sale with 0% interest for 24 months. Plus, with select room groups, get a free HDTV or tablet. Don't miss our 4th of July sale with 0% interest for 24 months. Furniture Row, a Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
And welcome back to Nike Center Court. We've got the 6-foot and under Elite Division Championship. Strokesville with a 7-6 lead over Desert Horse Elite right now. Tom Giles is standing by courtside with more. Tom?
Yeah, Eric Beal, you saw the physical play on that right before we went to break. Eric Beal went into the basket, and actually they just had to tape up his hand. He came off, and he was bleeding right on the palm. It is his non-shooting hand, but they did take the time to go ahead and bandage that up and tape it. We'll see how it affects them as they move forward. Ben?
Thank you very much, Tom. Back in action right now, Strokesville, the 7-6 lead. And we've seen scrapes and bruises and blood through the games in action we've seen at Nike Center Court today, and that's just part of the physical nature of the game.
Yeah, anytime you're playing outdoors, you run the risk. Anytime you're playing anywhere, it's as we talked about earlier in the broadcast, it's a contact sport. There's going to be contact. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get hit. It's just part of the game.
Strokesville with the takeaway. That's Chris Gross from long range, and he's able to convert. Nice stroke for Strokesville on that.
Yeah, and a terrific pass by Eric Beal. The second really nice draw and kick that he's had. Preston Wynn gambled for a steal, and when you gamble, you put your team at risk if you miss.
J.R. Camel working on John Clift. Now, you can't get much closer than that, and Camel, who looks like the veteran out there, able to go ahead and get Desert Horse Elite a little bit closer.
Yeah, and a veteran move. I mean, down by 3, momentum's going the wrong way. You want to get down in the post, and you see another nice draw and kick by Beal. Terrific shot fake that time by Chris Gross. It ends up leading to an easy basket.
Yeah, and that was a very nice play created by Eric Beal, who did that all the time in his time at Whitworth. Lots of fun to watch at that guard position. It's 10-7 Strokesville. J.R. Camel working on John Clift. Camel had success with this move just the last possession and able to do it again. If you're Clift or Strokesville, what do you do in order to stop that?
Well, if you come help, you're going to give up a three-pointer. And you certainly don't want to leave Preston Wynn open for a 3. So I think maybe you switch defenders, get a different defender on him. But if JR continues to get to a second, third, and fourth dribble, he's going to get to the front of the rim.
Eric Beal got to the bucket there, lost the ball out of bounds. It was called a block, but Strokesville will keep possession. You saw the very clever Desert Horse Elite try to get an extra free throw, I think, earlier in the game, and now try to get possession, but the refs are on top of it here at Nike Center Court.
Well, J.R. Camel is a savvy old vet out there, and he'll pull out all the tricks for to win the championship.
He's been showing us that today. Chris Gross hit a 2-pointer earlier in this contest, guarded closely by Preston Wynn. Isolation, gets by-in. Oh, can't complete. That would have been a nice effort, but there you have Eric Beal with the rebound, and the whistle. It looks like he'll go to the free throw line. These smaller guys, I don't want to call them the little guys, but the smaller guys getting after it on the boards.
Yeah, it's and Eric Beal's strong and a strong, tough kid. He's going to get in there and rebound. If you're Desert Horse, you've got to block out. You got to keep him off the glass and secure your own defensive backboard.
It's 10-8 Strokesville. 2-point lead over last year's runner-up, Desert Horse Elite. J.R. Camel passes to Preston Wynn from Welpinit. Recently played basketball at the Fall. Says he's going to go down to Vanguard in California next year. Misses the off-balance 2-point try, but there's a savvy vet Camel who follows it up. And I would say his last 3 shot attempts have been from about a foot.
Yeah, combined.
Right, yeah, combined. And so he's been doing a good job getting easy looks, and he's been converting on those, making it a one-point game.
And I guess turnabout's fair play. First Strokesville gets an extra possession on the offensive glass and a putback, and then Desert Horse turns right back around and gets an offensive rebound and putback.
Chris Gross working on Preston Wynn again. He got to the hoop last time but couldn't convert. A tough up and under. He'll pass it off to John Clift, who's guarded by Zach Campbell. That's JR's nephew. Dustin Beach misses the tough jump shot attempt. Preston Wynn will clear for Desert Horse Elite. Inside to Campbell. And that spin move, Kirk, has just been deadly. They have to figure something out. I know you said that if they do, it could hurt them in the outside game, but he can't keep scoring that easily.
Well, they got to make it. You got to be more competitive before he gets the ball and try to get around. You don't want to completely front in 3-on-3 because you're going to give up an over-the-top lob to a layup. But you got to fight and try to push him out further on the floor to get his catch.
Man, we've been treated to some great basketball at Nike Center Court today. That was an awesome move by John Clift, who was able to break down Team Desert Horse defense and get to the 10 for the easy finish. 11-10. Strokesville now with the lead. Preston Wynn working on Chris Gross, and Wynn gets the bounce. As I was saying a little bit earlier, we've seen some competitive games all throughout the day, and we're getting treated to another one today, now.
It looks like this one's going to go right down to the wire, as most of them have so far today. I'd like to see what one of these teams has got to become more competitive defensively with their post defense and try to they're just standing behind in the post and allowing catches in too deep.
That's Gross from distance. Does he get the bounce? Yes, he does. And he's letting the folks on Nike Center Court know about it with the pose afterwards. As a coach, you probably don't like to see that, but when you get the bounce in the street ball, maybe that's something to get away with.
Yeah, and he should go over and tell and give Eric Beal a pat on the rear, because Beal keeps setting him up for easy shots by making unbelievable passes.
Very nice. 13-11 right now. Strokesville 7 points away from winning an Elite Division championship in the 6-foot and under bracket in their first trip to the title game. Beal to Gross again, wide open, and, well, you can't do anything about that. As you said, it's Gross who's making the shots, and it's Beal who's finding him and allowing him to be open just because of the great moves he's making with the ball.
He's just putting it on a platter right now for Chris Gross. Eric Beal's just teeing it up for him.
Strokesville 15-11 right now over Desert Horse Elite, 5 points away from an Elite Division championship here in the 6-foot under bracket in Nike Center Court. We will be right back.
Weather changes, but we don't.
I'm KXLY4's Chief Meteorologist, Chris Crocker.
And I'm Good Morning Northwest Mark Peterson. When it comes to your weather forecast, we'll always be right here.
Ready with the latest technology, decades of experience, and a commitment to you and the Inland Northwest.
No matter how many changes the weather throws at us.
Trust us to always be here when you need us most.
KXLY4 Weather with Chris Crocker and Mark Peterson, your trusted choice.
Honesty, integrity, responsibility, courtesy, and respect. All values learned through the First Tee. In 2011, the First Tee of the Inland Northwest was able to share these valuable lessons with over 800 children. In 2012, the goal is to serve even more kids, but they need your help. The First Tee provides scholarships and will never turn a child away based on an inability to pay. Please volunteer as a coach or help sponsor a child today at thefirstteenlandnw.org.
This July,
Are you guys hungry?
we've got all the ingredients for one cool summer with sizzling new shows.
Do you have to do a lot of working out, or are you just somebody blessed with a great metabolism?
Over 35 new recipes, including tasty bites from some of our pals.
Here's what it looks like if I wasn't helping.
And brave viewers bear it all.
There's nothing here that I can say good about this soup.
With even more sassy makeovers this July.
Weekdays at 3 on KXLY4 HD. Welcome back to KXLY4's exclusive coverage of the Hoopfest Championship Games. Brought to you by Toyota.
Great game here at Nike Center Court at Hoopfest 2012, where Strokesville has a 15-11 lead over Desert Horse Elite. The 6-foot under championship game. Our Tom Giles is courtside with more on one of the game stars. Tom.
Oh, you guys have been talking quite a bit about Preston Wynn, and it should come as no surprise that Strokesville actually talked about Preston Wynn before the game and how important it is to stop him and make sure that he really has to earn his buckets, because, you know, they said if he gets a couple, he can just get rolling and basically be unstoppable. So the mission, make Preston Wynn earn his points. Back to you, Benny.
So what you're saying is no win sanity. Right?
With the win sanity, yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, this game's early yet. If he catches fire, we've seen what he can do.
Well, Tom coined that term right there. We almost saw an insane play by Winsanity, but unable to convert. However, Zach Camel able to put in the miss and make this a three-point game.
Yeah, terrific drive that time by Preston Wynn, and there you see Eric Beal on another drive and kind of made a little pass fake there and moved the defender with his eyes and got right to the front of the rim where he has been drawing and kicking.
Man, he had Dustin Beach. Desert Horse Elite got a hand on it, though, able to knock it away, because if that would have been a completed play, it was pretty. And there's Beal. Gets inside. I mean, he's so tough. Once he puts his head down, full head of steam ahead, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Desert Horse is having a tough time right now guarding him, and one-on-one, they can't square him up and keep him out of the paint. And then if they don't come to help, he's laying it in or getting fouled. If they do come to help, you know, he kicks it out to an open guy. Most of the time, that's been Chris Gross so far today.
Strokesville with a 16-12 lead, 4 points away from an Elite Division championship in the 6-foot and under bracket in their first championship trip. Impressive feat for sure. Zach Camel loses the ball out of bounds, but they'll keep possession. He tosses to his uncle, J.R. Camel, and really what we've seen work so far for Desert Horse Elite is allow J.R. to work with the ball, get close to the bucket. They probably could go back to that right now.
That's exactly what I would do. If I were coaching that team, I would get J.R. back down in the post, let him, take 2, 3, 4 dribbles and lay it in.
Preston Wynn backing down Eric Beal. Kicks out to JR. Maybe that's the plan. Now he's double teamed, and Preston's got the jump shot from beyond the arc. He misses, finds back rim. But JR Camel with the rebound, and he's able to find Preston Wynn, who gets the easy look. Fans wanted a call on something. Did not get it. 16-13. Desert Horse Elite makes it a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, Chris Gross was doing a nice job of blocking out on the weak side there, and I think he kind of got grabbed and held a little bit as he was trying to release and go get the rebound.
Then Gross misses from distance, got the save though. What a great effort, and Eric Beal fighting for the ball. Has J.R. Camel, passes off though. Oh! J.R. Campbell came back to slow Beal down, and Preston Wynn, an amazing block. Campbell behind the back, and Wynn with the finish. I'll tell you, that's a street ball sequence if we've seen one, and that was pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, we talked in the opening about Preston Wynn being a high-level athlete. He really is. He's got superior quickness and speed and bounce in his legs, and he's very capable of making highlight plays just like that.
You saw the replay just a second ago. Desert Horse Elite now down by 2, 16-14. Eric Beal guarded by Wynn. Gross the fake and gets close, and he fakes again. And nobody was there this time to recover as he gets the easy lay-in. We're watching it on the replay, Kirk, and again, another pretty play.
Yeah, just a terrific basketball play. Really good hesitation, kind of faked the pass. I think, the Desert Horse team was afraid to give up a three-pointer and ended up giving up a layup instead.
I think I got ready to receive that pass the way he faked it. It looked like it could be coming over, and it was pretty impressive. 17-14, Strokesville 3 points away from an Elite Division championship. J.R. Camel working on John Clifton. Doesn't get the basket, but gets the whistle. Again, that wily veteran, whatever, scoring at all costs, got to find a way to put the ball through the basket, and he gets a chance at the charity stripe.
Yeah, we really need to make this free throw. Good job there by JR.
And again, hesitating around the line, hoping
to get another one.
Get another one. 17-15. Beal, the drive and the finish. And you mentioned it earlier, he's so strong.
Yeah, he's very powerful and very good athlete. And the play all set up by him he set a terrific back pick. And that started that whole sequence that eventually leads to a layup.
18-15 Strokesville. Desert Horse Elite needs to respond here. Preston Wynn from long range off the back of the backboard. Probably not the shot you want.
Definitely not the shot you want. You're down by 3. You really need to get a good one, and you know their best offense so far has been J.R. Camel in the post, and that's what they need to go back to.
Now, when Strokesville's so close, though, just a 2-point needed to a championship game, I mean, how do you not fall in love with the 2 to try to get quickly caught up there?
Well, you gotta be disciplined enough not to. You have to score points. You know, and it's tempting to want to, you know, make a 3-pointer that gets you, you know, that cuts the lead to 1. But more than anything, you need to score to keep the pressure on Strokesville.
And we saw just that with Preston Wynn finishing up close, because made 1s get you a lot closer than missed 2s. And the ball gets lost there. Zach Camel to Uncle JR. He's now guarded by Chris Gross.
I'd say I would empty out a side here and let J.R. Camel back his man down.
Lost the ball. Gross has it now. He'll drive. He's guarded by Preston Wynn. Behind the back kick out to Eric Beal. J.R. Camel's up on him. John Cliff gets inside. Wow. Wow. He hit the hole hard, then hit that hoop, and that was pretty fancy.
Yeah, that was good. That was a terrific drive and finish by John Cliff that time.
Strokesville now 1 point away from a Hoopfest championship. Desert Horse Elite needs something here. 19-16, trying to avoid losing in the title game 2 years in a row. We've got a timeout called by Strokesville. So, Coach, if you're Desert Horse Elite right now and you know that a point beats you, what's your defensive strategy coming out of this timeout?
Well, first, coming out of this timeout, they need to score. They need to score so that they can, cut the lead down to 2. And then defensively, you got to guard your own. You got to be able to keep, especially keep Beal from driving the ball on you, and you have to do it. You have to play really good defense without fouling. A foul pretty much ends the game.
So on defense, play good defense. Offensively, need to make sure that you get caught up here. And we talked about don't fall in love with the 2.
Need points. Yeah, you need points. If you get an open 3-pointer, if you can get an open look from 3, great. But you need points, and their best offense. Once again, their best offense today has been J.R. Camel backing his man down in the post.
Hey, he's been teaching the youngsters out there some lessons. Played at Montana, was a good basketball player for the Grizzlies, and now showing that he still has it at Nike Center Court. But his team in desperate need of points. And then defensive stops. Preston Wynn. Probably, again, not the shot that you want in that situation. We'll get another chance, and he's been off from beyond the arc in this game.
Yeah, he has. I don't think he's made a jump shot in this game. The baskets he has scored have all been at the rim.
However, the long rebound goes out to J.R. Camel. It's a loose ball on the court, and while Preston Wynn picks it up, he'll heave another long jump shot attempt from the corner, no good. Camel, though, will be fouled on the putback attempt. And I guess not the best shot decisions there by Desert Horse Elite, but the result that they probably will deal with headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Strokesville, did a good job defensively. Played really good defense, but the end of your defensive possession is always getting the rebound, and they weren't able to do that.
All right, now Desert Horse Elite needs to come up with a defensive stop. Strokesville 1 point away from an Elite Division championship here at Hoopfest in their first trip to the title game. Eric Beal guarded by Preston Wynn. Beal has been so effective.
Really good defense that time by Preston Wynn, but then John Cliff's able to shake his defender. Zach Camel get to the free throw line with a chance to win the game.
Well, and that's what happened. I mean, you knew Eric Beal could beat you, so they made somebody else do it, and John Cliff able to get the result that could lead to a championship by getting to the free throw line. And here it is. And comes up short on the first try in the bonus, so he'll get a second. And with all these fans around and everything riding on it, He's able to nail the second free throw as Strokesville captures his 6' and under Elite Division Championship 20-17 over Desert Horse Elite. John Clift with the free throw to seal it for Strokesville. And Kirk, very competitive game, but in the end, the team, I think, that had a more steady offensive flow and kind of a plan of what they wanted to do was able to capture the championship.
Yeah, Strokesville was terrific. I thought Eric Beal kind of controlled the game. He was able to penetrate, fight, and create easy shots for his teammates, and also a couple of buckets for himself.
Desert Horse getting their runners-up trophy for the second year in a row, and I'm sure that's not the one they wanted, but to get here and to play a closely contested game, they still deserve to take home some hardware.
Yeah, they played really well this weekend to get to the championship, and just what it comes down to oftentimes in games, whether it's the NBA Finals or Hoopfest, is the ball goes in. The ball goes in or it doesn't go in. The ball didn't go in for Preston Wynn today. If it had, we may have had a different outcome.
These teams have logged a lot of minutes, and for the most part, we've had cloud cover for this game. That's had to help, and probably was one of the reasons we had such a competitive contest, is that it wasn't too hot here at Nike Center Court.
Yeah, I didn't see in the semifinal of the Elite Division. I thought we saw a little bit of signs of fatigue. I didn't see any sign of fatigue here in the 6' and under.
Either that or those guys are in just really good shape, which could be part of it too.
I don't think there's any question those guys are in really good shape, and it showed here today in the championship.
You're seeing Strokesville collecting their championship trophies right now, and Nike filled fun bag as well for taking the 6' and under Elite Division Championship. And people will say that it's an outdoor basketball tournament or whatnot. People that might see that trophy and not know anything about Hoopfest, that's hard-earned, and it's a very, very, very well-deserved trophy, but also something that gives you bragging rights in the basketball community for the next 365 days.
No question about it. Everybody that enters this wants to win their bracket, and Strokesville was able to come out on top, and so they get to the winners go the spoils and the bragging rights.
That's right. And I mean, these guys face each other quite a bit during the off season, I guess, if you're calling Hoopfest the season, and pick up games and open gyms and everything like that. And I guarantee you that collecting those trophies, something that gives them bragging rights every time they take up the floor at the local YMCA. It looks like Tom Giles. No, he's searching. They're taking the picture now. Strokesville is with the championship trophies. He's going to have an interview with one of our newly crowned champions. Looks like it's John Clift. The Shock Dancers right now taking Nike Center Court. And Tom has got John Clift, who was able to seal the championship for Strokesville with that free throw there. Tom?
Yeah, John, congratulations. First of all, what's going through your head on the line? You missed the first one, came up a little short, so what's going through your head on the second?
I just wanted to make it more exciting for everyone around here. No, I left it short, but I knew I had the second one.
And for you guys, we've been playing together for a few years. You finally got this title. How good does this feel?
Hey, it feels great, man. It's all the injuries, the bumps and bruises, it's all worth it. Feels good.
As far as this game went, it seemed like a lot of hustle, a lot of defense. Is that what you guys were really focusing on?
Yeah, we felt like we could score when we wanted to, but we just had to D up and get stops, and it worked out for us. So.
All right, that's John Clift of the winning Strokesville. Hit the game-winning shot. He is a Hoopfest champ. Ben?
Very pleased to hold that championship trophy. And Coach, final thoughts? You heard John say he wanted to kind of give the crowd the chance to hold their breath a little bit more by missing the first free throw. As a coach, you just want him to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I'd rather just go ahead and make the first one and make it boring as opposed to missing it. But I give him credit. He came up short on that first one. That can be a little bit of nerves, but you certainly don't want to leave that second one short, and he didn't.
That's right. Ever the showmanship. Strokesville 20-17 winners over Desert Horse Elite in our first championship game, the 6' and under. Coming up a little bit later, we've got in our 6' and over, Douglas Properties, made up of a handful of former Gonzaga stars. They'll take on Red Monkey. That should be a great one. Mike and Nadine, we'll toss it back to you.
All right, Ben, thanks so much. So Strokesville, they get the win. What a great game that was, huh?
Fabulous, fabulous. Great action. I tell you, those guys are physical.
I'll tell you what, and they're fast.
Yeah,
Couldn't keep up with those guys. Well, we are just getting started. We got a lot more to come right here on our Hoop Fest special.
Yeah, we're going to have a little fun, though, Mike, before we get back to business. We're going to find out who drove away from Hoop Fest in a brand new car. Also, our Chris Crocker tracking some storms moving through the area. We'll be right back.